Every business has a story, but there's one question every business should answer. Why should I choose you? Real businesses, real answers. Why should I choose you? A multimedia podcast series to help business focus in on the value they bring to their communities.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Michael Sirocco, and this is Blake Sloan from the Sloan Realty Group joining us today on Why Should I Choose You? This is going to be a great episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we're just going to jump right in and get started here. Blake, thank you for...
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. Blake has not only helped me in the past with multiple real estate transactions, but he's got an amazing story and system. So I'm grateful to be here, and thanks again for taking the time.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, how many years you've been doing this now for being self-employed and running this company?
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, been in real estate since January 2005. Started my mom initially as like a team at that point. I've been on my own though since I was 17 financially. Parents got divorced when I was young. Had to kind of grow up really quickly. Yeah. And I never forget, I was going to college to play soccer. Asked my mom for gas money. She's like, I don't have it. She was just at that time doing real estate, new construction, single mom. And so it made me kind of grow up really quickly, but I was always fascinated in business. Mm-hmm. Long story short, went to college, played football at Coastal. Market was super hot, jumped in January 2005 with her, and then opened the company in September 2008, right as the financial markets collapsed, everything collapsed. And so it was like the worst time ever to open a business, but it taught me some of the most valuable lessons and things they could ever have. And so it really taught me a lot about just perseverance and doing things differently and pulling what people did outside of real estate and other industries into our industry, which really kind of catapulted what we do.
Yeah. And I have so much respect for that, because when I met Blake in the early 2000s, I had just gone into business during probably the worst time as well. Yeah. But perseverance, growing up, and I grew up similarly where it was very difficult. It was, if my parents didn't have it, they didn't have it. And it was tough, but it was, I believe, what gave me the aggressive grind to go, and I wanted different. And that's
absolutely
what you did as well.
I would say that's the one thing that really I used to tell people is one of the most difficult things that ever happened to me my whole life. Yeah. But in hindsight, it's by far the best thing that ever happened to me my whole life. And my parents were great coming up. I came home from school one day, everything was great. Boom, parents getting divorced, and it was like instant. Yeah. And at that point, I think something primal kicked in. And I remember thinking like, man, now it's got a time for me to be man of the house. But I wasn't really sure what to do. And so I ended up selling timeshare my senior year in high school, sold through college, put myself through college. And like I said, by that time, I was kind of dabbling some real estate in the side. My mom was doing it. She got back into general brokerage in 2005, and that's when we teamed up, like, hey, I'm going to team up. Yeah, and she'd been over 20, 25 years. First day we get in, I'm like, what do we do? She's like, I don't know, we'll send some postcards or something. I remember thinking like, man, there's got to be a different way, a better way. And so I was always fascinated in business and always thought, what can I do differently? And so I went and sought out different coaches online. I think I told you this story. And I basically just searched online for different coaches. I mean, I had read a bunch of books and knew that like there's always a better way sometimes than trying to figure it out on your own. Mm-hmm. And so I found this first one. He was like a big cold caller. I'm like, that's the last thing I want to do is cold call. And the second, probably most pivotal point in my life was there was this package. I found this guy. His name was Craig Proctor. He was the number one RE/MAX agent in the world. He had a package for $995. I'll never forget. I had a Capital One credit card for $1,000. Maxed it out, bought it. It came in a package with like, back then it was like tapes and CDs and some DVDs. And I just devoured it. And it was really new school. My mom was kind of old school. It worked though. It started working. We get traction. We were doing ads in the newspaper. Bought her out in 2006, grew a team, and then opened the company in 2008 as everything started kind of collapsing. But I didn't know any better. I was just super hungry. I knew no matter what happened that I wasn't going to fail. And that was kind of the process that we took. And the rest has kind of been a long journey of ups and downs ever since, for sure.
Sure. And it's amazing. Great. I mean, that's some great tips right there. Being willing to be coachable is golden. And now, why, right? And now I kind of gave the why away, right? But why would a client choose your realty group for your services?
Yeah, that's a great question. And so what we've done is create a system that's proven repeatable, that creates maximum leverage for our client every single part of the process. And like you've seen before, it's measurable, it's tangible. And if you talk to most realtors, they're just like, oh, pick me, I'm number one, I'll work really hard. It's nothing that brings any actual tangible value in terms of what we do. And so what we're able to do is create leverage for our clients through advertising. We show them exactly market. Right now, we spend about $100,000 a month in marketing. We have a great sales team who's trained very, very highly. We make 14,000 phone calls a week to match up buyers and sellers. And like Mike was talking about, we have a technology now too that'll match up buyers and sellers based on their previous search patterns and allow them to score them based on what they looked at, what they've done, to give us the highest likelihood of who's going to buy your property. And then we're able to reach out to them and connect buyer and seller.
Everything you just shared, the stats, it keeps you present with what's happening, and that, there's nothing more frustrating from the other side if you're not the business owner but you're the client, is not knowing. You're like in the wonder, like what's going on, what's happening, and everything from the notification of the call that hey, there's a showing.
Right.
How did the performance go? What did the so all of that tracking and the process, I could vouch for because I
appreciate that. Yeah,
good stuff.
So that's why we're so fanatical about having those metrics, understanding what it is, and that way you actually know what's going on to move the knobs before it's too late.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing for us.
What about when it comes to you've given, again, so much advice already, but what would be a nugget that you could share to the audience about either being in the industry or if you were going to be self-employed that you could share that would be powerful? And it's you've already given a lot.
No, so I love just providing, and like I said, I'm so passionate about small business and business in general. But my biggest advice: so find somebody who's done it. Either tag along with them. Hey, look, I want to work for you 2 or 3 years. Teach me how it works. And then a lot of times, if it's the right mentor, they'll partner with you. In some cases, they'll do a JV deal with you. In some cases, and I think we're in a world right now with information. It's so easy to find that and link up with people who have a huge track record that be willing to sell. And you're the same way. Like if anybody with me that's young and hungry, you can see in their eyes. And I love to pour into people like that and help people like that and help them grow, because I was once that young, hungry kid who wanted that guidance, and it was given to me by great people.
Yeah, man, it's so cool. And so many things I took away from that: commitment, willing to do the work. You got to be hungry. There's no shortcut to success. Right. You're going to take the stairs. You're not going to be taking the elevator if you do it right. And then it makes you a better leader. 100%. Because when you're in that grind and you're putting in them 50, 60, 70 hours a week and you're just go, you're able to then appreciate the team you hire because you've been there, and then you can mentor. That, to me, you got to earn the mentorship title because you got to go through the grind to get there. One last thing, I didn't touch on the Shark Tank piece of it. Now there's a little nugget here too, but I'll let you share that and then we'll wrap it up. But this is another reason I think that it's super important to listen to what Blake has to say. Yeah,
I mean, I just have a really good relationship and have the opportunity to partner with Barbara Corcoran on Shark Tank, and she's been a mentor as well as an endorser for us, and it's been amazing where she does typically 1 call a month where she'll give some business advice, and I was really surprised at how ruthless it was in a way where she would like fire the bottom 20% of her company every single year to keep that. And I haven't quite ever done that. I've not been crazy enough to do that yet, but I learned a lot about standards and moving on in advertising and how taking risks makes a big difference and how to have, certainty in the marketplace. And in her example, the really high end clients. And so that's been a massive kind of break for us to have that relationship with her and to have that connection to Manhattan. A lot of people who come here who know of her name and the Corcoran brand, but also seeing that along with just how she analyzes business, how she understands business. And that's been very, very powerful for us from a business standpoint. And again, I've just been able to be very blessed and very strategic in who I align myself with. And again, I think that comes from just being humble and saying, hey, look, I don't know everything and let me figure this out. I've learned it's a lot easier to be able to get in the right rooms, the right people, and just sit there and learn from them.
Absolutely. And I was just talking to Jay, who is behind the scenes. We got Jay Burgess from Clean Feed Productions. He's on the back end, but he does make the magic happen. So we got to make sure that he is part of Why Should I Choose You as well. But I was just talking to Jay about that, how when I was in business, and this, you're taught this at a young age that you need to grind, and men have to be strong, and women have to be strong, and don't communicate struggle. But it's the furthest thing from the truth. I think there is a sense of being strong and being confident, but you do need to. I would never have asked for coaching help. And would you ever had the opportunity to work with Barbara if you didn't be coachable. Like if you weren't coachable, like, so you can't show up thinking you know everything, because I am always learning, and I'm sure you are. But to me, that is the key to true success. And then when you get to this point, you still get coached, but then you could start doing some coaching too, which is wonderful.
And I think that's some of the most rewarding stuff, right? Is help other people, because you've been through the struggle, and then you all have this connection of going through it together. And I think two of the most important, piece of advice I got people, number one, they call it just humble implementation. And here's the best thing I was trying to get to, is I started only taking advice from people who were in life where I wanted to be.
That's a key.
That's what I was trying to get to, because there was people at that table that could have ruined my dream, ruined my passion if I would just listen to him. I was like, hey, this guy's on stage. He's number one. I'm just going to do whatever he says. I didn't question it. His script said this. I said this. And it worked very, very well. And so I think that's also, I've seen a lot of people be derailed by taking advice. It could be family members, could be friends.
Absolutely.
And I think you probably noticed too, is a lot of people, once somebody starts to finally make it, the last thing they want you to do is leave them behind, because it makes them very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And you got a decision to make at that point. Do I go long and go on with where I'm going, or do I go back to my comfort zone or my family members or spouse's comfort zone? And a lot of times that can kill the dream as well.
Absolutely. And sometimes you just have to accept that being in business, sometimes you are a little crazy, and that's what makes us different, is that we don't just settle. We go against, we swim upstream, and then when the rest of the world's saying, what are you doing? Are you crazy? It's what made all the difference. So it was awesome, Blake, man.
Thank you so much, Mike. Thanks for having me on. Very appreciate it. Thank you, man.
And we're here. You're welcome. Thank you. And we're here live again with Blake Sloan at Sloan Realty, and we've got the hustle and the bustle in the background. The business is in motion, and he took time out of your busy schedule, which I so appreciate.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here with you.
Man, I mean, people hearing what you had to share is very good stuff, and so surrounding yourself with good people, man. And that's why I thought of you and come to talk with you. So we'll catch you on the next episode of Why Should I Choose You? Thank you.
Every business has a story, but there's one question every business should answer. Why should I choose you? Real businesses, real answers. Why Should I Choose You? A multimedia podcast series to help business focus in on the value they bring to their communities.